Well, this is Val with This Is How You Do It, and she is back and gonna finish her conversation. She got some music playing in the background, way in the background. It's in the living room. I'm in the diva space on the other side of the house, y'all. So, um, so it won't be the distraction. I'm finna put on some foundation, but I just mixed together, and it's the Naked Skin foundation, a dark and a light. Just put it together on my hand. I'm thinking about going for a walk this morning. And so I'm getting myself together to go outdoors. Foundation helps a lot, y'all. Helps a lot. Not getting it off the back of my hand. Looking at my purse. This is a purse that when my mom lived with me, she used to carry purses sort of like this, and I bought this purse for her. Um, and now that she's not with us anymore, I still have the purse, and I have it now. She had one of those little soft collapsible purses, you know, that this shape. And I was trying to update her situation, and I bought her this purse. She liked it, and she was grateful and surprised, just like me when I get stuff. I tried to treat her like a little kid for as surprising her and trying to make her happy. Because I know how I was. You know, I was like, oh. What I was looking for was my primer. I had it in my purse when I went out, but I think I took it out. So I'll go. This was in my purse. Put this on. Not that I was intending to wear this, but y'all know how your girl is. She gravitate to the red. She love other colors, but good gracious alive, it is nothing like some beautiful red apple lipstick. And this is not called apple, y'all. This is some lipstick I bought years ago from this company. And it happened to be in the purse just then when I took it out. That's the only reason I put it on. Yeah. So I'm going to put it in my stash with the rest of my lipsticks. Because I am not going too far out today where I would need to keep my lipstick in the purse today. Because I may change up on another day. You get me? My son was in my diva space the other day, y'all, looking at all of my goodies. You see me? So he did a little rambling while he was in here. Now I got to get my stuff back in order. And here is my my primer. He didn't understand that all shades don't work for everybody. So he had to check it out for himself. You know, he was looking for something for his wife. Her skin tone is different from mine. I told him he probably should take her to the mall and let them get the right colors for her. Because if she wore something of mine, it'll be like a mess, and she might not like it and think don't want to wear makeup because she has a bad experience by trying on something that she wasn't supposed to try on in the beginning, which is my color. Sometimes people, we have a bad experience with stuff and we think it's like that all the time. And we can't do that. We can't judge something just because we tried it for the first time and then we say, well, I didn't like it when I tried it. Sometimes you got to give stuff a second try. I've been that way about food. Now, when I tried lobster as an adult for the first time, didn't like it, like to gagged on it. And then I gave it another try later on. I liked it. But the thing is, when I tried the lobster for the first time, I think I was pregnant. Probably shouldn't have had it no way, but act like I wanted to gag on it. Now you give me a piece of lobster, chomp it up, honey. Chomp it up. That's why I say you can't judge stuff just because of the first try. Sometimes you have to develop a palate for certain things. Like sometimes eating oysters or caviar. Caviar is an acquired taste. So you might not like it the first time, but sometimes you have to try it more than once, and it's an acquired taste. And once your palate becomes used to something, and that's when you start to like it. You have to be kind of brought up around it. So it's just like with broccoli and cauliflower and Brussels sprouts, things like that. When my children was in the high chair, mind you, and we would go out to eat, there used to be a place around here called Ryan's. Ryan's is not here no more, but when we used to go out to eat after church, I would put broccoli, carrots, and that green stuff. What is it? Broccoli, carrots, and cauliflower and stuff like that. I would put it on the high chair that the place had, and sit it up there. And they sitting there, babies in a high chair, looking at that stuff with their little bitty fingers, picking it up. They were so glad they can pick it up. And time the baby pick up something, they take it right to their mouth. My children was eating salads in the high chair. I would just put pieces in there and let them pick it up and chew on it. They already had their bottle and their juice and their water and all that kind of good stuff. But then that was giving them something to eat on or chew on, so I can have peace and eat my meal. Yeah. So that's why I say sometimes stuff, you have to be brought up eating that kind of stuff. And when you're brought up eating stuff, your palate learns to love it. Now, right now, my children are grown. All three of them love salad. Love it. They have never had problems eating vegetables. And the reason I say that is that I think we teach our children not to like vegetables. Because when they eat that nasty baby food, if they can eat that, they can eat a piece of broccoli. Y'all ever taste it? You stick some of that baby food in your mouth and see what you think. No taste, no nothing. And they eat it. That means they don't know what's good and they don't know what's bad. They are taught what's good and they're taught what's bad. The same way with prejudice. They are taught to like and dislike people. Like Willie and I went over to a friend's house. This happened years ago. And we drove to somebody that he hang out with all the time. And it was a white gentleman. And this guy that we went over this house with, this guy was like a black man, black as smut, done labor work most of his life. And he went on a white gentleman house that he's called his friend, and they've been friends for years. And this guy wanted to borrow some for him. Well, this guy's son came outside and called that old man boy and said something else to him. But this kid was only 2 or 3 years old, and Willie had something to say about it. And Willie said, "Let me get with him around here." He told the boy father that that's his fault. That child learned that from him. He don't call a grown man old enough to be his granddaddy boy and tell him to go do something unless he was taught to talk to people like that. You feel me? And your girl is not prejudiced. I got a mixed grandbaby right now. So I'm not talking about stuff because I'm prejudiced. I'm telling you what children learn. And they learn that from who? The people they're surrounded by, their grandparents. They don't come here thinking like that. They're taught that. Children are beautiful. Children are loving. Children are kind. They learn their best example from their parents. And then the old man, which is from the South, oh, he didn't mean no harm. Willie said, damn, if that's so, he didn't mean no harm. And he said, he said, I'm going to get away from around here because his daddy need to be beat. That child don't know no better. I'm finna go. He said, he disrespecting you. You old enough to be his grandfather. And in the South, you taught to say, yes, sir, no, sir. Sit down somewhere and be quiet. See, it may be different in the North, but that was disrespectful for an older gentleman with gray hair all over his head. And he took it because he from the South and used to being treated that way. So, but Willie wasn't gonna let them disrespect that old man in his presence, whether he liked it or not, or whether he took it or not. Sometimes we have to put this stuff in a hall, and then his father skinning and grinning like the boy doing right. Had to let him know he wasn't doing right, and then he also told him the first time somebody catch him and beat the snot out of him, it'll be his fault because he taught his child to act like that, and he'll probably get it on the playground in school. So you can't do that. And then you want to kill everybody up there because they done beat your child. This is a new day. This is a new day. And you ain't gonna be there all the time. So you should teach your child certain things and certain ways they shouldn't talk to people. Because it could have been the same way that child could have been talking to the janitor or somebody at that school, and another child heard that. And called him after school and beat the shit out of him. And it'd have been the parents' fault for that. Because it ain't cute, y'all. That ain't cute. Respect due to anybody until they disrespect you. It don't take an ounce of strength to say yes. If you don't want your children saying yes, sir, to one of us, what's wrong with saying yes? No, thank you. I appreciate what you've done for me. Because they didn't have to do nothing for you. You expect that. You want us to grovel and thank you for every damn thing we do. So why can't you do it? Well, maybe somebody needs to hear that today, y'all. Maybe somebody need to hear that. And then they wonder why their children, I don't understand. Really, they don't wonder. They think they teaching them right. They think they teaching them right. They think they right because they were taught that way. When you teach a child to respect all life, then you don't have them shooting up a classroom. I don't know what the deal is with that, y'all. I just don't understand. I really don't. Don't value life. Because I can remember when my son, the one that went to the military, and I knew he had a warrior spirit, when he started playing with little animals, putting the legs off roly-polies and things like that, I stopped him right then and talked to him and told him that thing is alive. It has feelings. You can play with it all you want, or you can let it roll up and down your arm, and but when you finish with it, let it go. He was my little warrior. We have Indian blood in him. I didn't want to kill his spirit or stifle his spirit, but you have to guide that spirit. You have to guide them and lead them in a way that they don't grow up to be hateful men and women. Because children can grow up to be hateful and mean. And then they be mean to their spouse or somebody that they'll have so afraid of them, and then later on do something to them. Because fear will hurt somebody. So you have to guide those children, especially little boys, so they won't kill at an instant. And if they have that warrior spirit, send them to the military, not to a gang. Lead them, guide them. Start to send them to police academy or camps and things like that. Lead that warrior. When my son was in junior high school, I let him join something that the police have here, and they put the little kids in uniforms and they work the fair and things like that. So when the police was coming to my house to pick up my son, they was taking him with them to work the fair or to do march out at their little academy account, because I knew my son had a warrior spirit. And to take care of that, to guide that, I guided him toward not gangs, not fighting, not shooting, not killing us, but sitting with the police, white, black, and every kind of police came there to pick him up of all colors. And then they took him out to the little boot camp they had for little boys and things like that. And then he joined the ROTC, and then he joined the military, and he has already did 2 tours of war, and he's back and he's safe now. And he's a vet, and he's in his 20s. Well, he's in his 30s now. He was a vet in his 20s. You see what I'm saying? Guide the warrior spirit in the right way, and then you won't have him in a gang. Don't crush that spirit, but guide that spirit. And you can say, oh, he's so rough, he's so mean, he's so this, he's such a handful. Guide it, lead him. If you don't guide him and lead him, the world will. Like I said, when I talk about stuff and just go off like that, it might not be for you, but it may be for somebody out there that got this little impressionable child, 2 or 3 years old. And honey, it starts there. It starts there. When they start taking a cat, pulling his tail, That is not funny. That's not for you to laugh at. Or taking a dog, pulling his ears, and making the dog snap back at him. That is not funny. That is not nothing to laugh at. That's something for you to lead and guide in the right way. And this is Val, but this is how you do it. Just put on some makeup, did what she do, and she is through. Bye-bye now.